Hi guys, welcome back to Bella Barista. Elise here, and today we're going to be talking about this. Specifically, this. The light brown substance that sits on the top of the water, and we call it crema. It's what gives the espresso its beautiful Guinness-like look. So what is crema? Crema, the Italian word for cream, is essentially just microbubbles of carbon dioxide. So how do we get crema? It's actually just a sign of the freshness of your coffee. So that's the first place to look at if you aren't achieving a crema with your espresso. How fresh is your coffee and where are you buying it from? Best place to buy your coffee from is your local coffee roasters, or from a coffee roasters that does a fresh roast and post service like ourselves. We give all of our coffee a 3-month roast date. So if you're drinking that coffee within the 3 months and you still aren't achieving a crema with your espresso, next thing to look at is where you store your coffee. The best place to store it is in an airtight container. We sell a few different sorts of airtight containers, or simply storing it in the bag. So our bags now feature a resealable top to them. So once you've opened them, press them back together and push out all the remaining air to store your coffee in the bags. If you still aren't achieving a crema on the top of your espresso, the next place to look at would be your grind level. You want to make sure that you're using a good burr grinder to start with, and then to make sure you're getting the correct grind consistency for espresso. And I have done a previous video on this. Getting the correct grind level will make sure that there's enough pressure passing through your coffee bed to make sure that it traps the CO2 whilst it's extracting through your coffee. The resulting coffee is a beautiful crema on top. Another place to look at if you aren't achieving a crema with your espresso is how hot or how cold you're extracting your espresso. If you aren't extracting it at roughly 92/93 degrees, you might find that you'll get a very flat espresso without the crema sat on top. And the last place to look at, if you aren't achieving a crema on the top of your espresso, is how your coffee is extracting. In my previous video, I touched upon channeling. And if you're getting extreme channeling in your bed of coffee, you might find that you're not extracting the espresso correctly and no crema is being achieved. So now that I've explained how that you achieve your crema on the top of your espresso, it's important for me to let you know that this isn't actually an indicator of the taste of your coffee and how good the coffee is going to taste. It's actually just an indicator of freshness, making sure that you're extracting with the correct temperature and pressure and with the correct resistance. I hope you've enjoyed this short video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.